How's it going, guys? My name is Aiden, and both of these cars are my POSs. Now, I'm an idiotic 16-year-old that's decided I'm going to do a JDM motor shop in this Miata right here. And that sounds way easier than it actually is. There's so much more that I need to do to this car too. Like, this fitment is absolutely atrocious as I just rip up my hand with fiberglass in it. Ouch, it's really going to hurt. Now, I have no idea what I'm doing here, and the JDM motor shop is way freaking harder than I thought. I can't find any wiring diagrams, can't find any information about this motor. I bought this motor, and I have no idea what I got myself into. I'm also TikTok famous. Maybe I should have started with that.
Young Apollo with the win.
And a huge shout out to carparts.com for sponsoring today's video, but more on that later. So now that you guys have a better understanding of exactly what's going on, let's go run down to the store to pick up some spray paint, masking tape, and tarps that we can continue to paint the bay. Although shout out to the homie that checked me out, because homie saw my t-shirt, which in case you can't see my t-shirt, I'm in a 6-speed. This is one of the brand new 6-speed t-shirts that we just released like a couple of weeks ago. It's a tie-dye version. And he was like, yo bro, I absolutely love your shirt, my guy. Are you 18? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I bet, bro. Oh my god, coming back to this the next day, obviously I still need to paint that guy right there because, well, this is only 3 freaking coats, but oh my god, does that look insane. And that little area right there where you see some red in there, that's not on the outside, that's on the inside. I need to make a block of panel for this, but I'm painting first, and uh-oh. Wait a minute. Why don't we just switch to the GoPro? Hey, yo, and that is what I'm talking about. The phone, that gets to go back into my pocket, and now we can actually go into full YouTuber mode. Alrighty, I'm just not that comfortable bringing an actual camera into places like Home Depot and stuff, so that's where we were filming on my phone for a little bit. One cam. More drop cloths, but this is actually because I'm painting the house. Okay, and I needed to get that. Another can. Another can. Solid. Next up, we're going to take a microfiber cloth, a little bit of alcohol, we're going to clean down the engine bay again, and then we can start painting again. So next up, we got to do one of the saddest things in the entire world after painting, and one of the reasons I hate painting, and that's wet sanding. Now, I've already done this entire side, and I know it looks like absolute dog now, but trust me, it'll look really freaking good once it's all clear coated. Now, you can see right here, this is the reason that we need to wet sand. Do you see all of those like weird like kind of chunks and things in it? That's just because the paint that I was using was a cheaper paint. It had a cheap nozzle, so it's kind of chucking a little bitch. So you just kind of take here and you sand back and forth. Light pressure, I start with 1500 and go all the way up to 3000. And you just keep doing this in a nice back and forth motion with very, very light pressure. So now I'm just going to do that on this entire section of my engine bay, and I'm going to make it look like that. And trust me, that looks absolutely fucking... Then I put the clear coat in the boiling hot water. Supposedly letting the clear coat or paint sit in hot water for 30 minutes helps you spray it and helps the spraying pattern. So, I guess let's tune back in like 5 minutes when it's cooled down. But I do want to see what happens when I spray it hot. So, oh my god, that sprays so nice. Yo, maybe I want to spray it hot. Spray it hot, bro. So now that we got all of our brake lines disconnected, next up we're actually going to sand them down very, very lightly. Alrighty, so next up it's time to mask on. And just like that, now everything has completely been masked. Now we're actually going to skip over this so that way you don't actually see it. But I just wanted to show you a little bit of the process of actually masking it so that way if you're trying to do this yourself, you know exactly what to expect. Whew, good morning. It is the next day. I've demasked the entire car and that is looking freaking insane, bro. Real quick, let's get up there and take a look at that flake. I have no idea if that flake is going to show up in camera. It just kind of looks really porous because, well, that is what the metal is. But once we get that out into the sunlight, we'll have to revisit this and I'll show you some of the flake. But the color and the line seriously contrast the engine bay so freaking well, especially when we have, I think, a polished intake, white valve cover, and a polished turbo. I think that's what I'm going to do so that it kind of matches the chrome, or at least we'll do a chrome intake and a chrome turbo or something. And let's just not talk about how dirty my freaking engine bay is, okay? Your boy's kind of tired, so let's go grab a drink. Whoo, this thing is looking beautiful. Alright, so next up, let's drop down this hood and get the car out of the garage. Now, I don't have a tripod. Why would I have a tripod? That's professional. Who do I look like to you? So we're just going to use a nice block of oily, greasy wood as a nice little tripod. So now that we have the engine bay and the lines painted, now we can actually get to one of the best parts, which is going to be the unboxing of all of these awesome brand new products. Now, dude, I'm so freaking excited because all of this is going to make our motor absolutely insane, my guy. Alrighty, so I don't really know where to start, so let's move the really, oh god, heavy ones down to the ground. No, we'll just we'll unbox these on the ground. Let's not even worry about that. Alright, so as you can see, this one already opened, but then I was told not to look inside of it until I was on camera. So I actually don't know what's inside of this. All that I saw was wiring. So, but it's a lot more than just wiring, so I'm not 100% sure what's actually inside of it. Huh. How do I want to unbox this? I'm not too sure how I want to. Alright, so we got some of this guy. Alrighty, so this is the wiring that I was talking about. Obviously, I need a lot of wiring to actually extend a lot of wiring that I'm doing in the car and everything like that we need to do. So next up we have this guy, which is a clutch alignment tool. We're going to go with the stage 2 or stage 3 clutch. I haven't made up my mind yet. Both of them are in my cart. I'm not quite sure which one I'm going to buy, but we need a clutch alignment. And then we also got some spark plugs right here, which this is a pretty decent brand of spark plugs. I only have friends that run these, so that's why I got these. But carparts.com has multiple different brands of spark plugs if you're really picky. Yoink. I'm gonna do this one because it's smaller and I don't feel like picking up the big guys and putting them on the table. So oh wow, that's really American. Wow, bald eagle. God bless America. Okay, but all jokes aside, obviously these are a bunch of gaskets that we need. This right here is my valve cover gasket. As you can see, it looks a little bit of a weird shape. That's because it's kind of stretched out and elongated this way, but it will fit a 1991 Miata valve cover. Then we also got a head gasket, exhaust flanges, and everything else that's inside of here. I'm not quite sure if it says how many's in there, but I believe that this was like a 52 pack of gaskets. So it's pretty much every single gasket that we're gonna need. And while we open up the this is awkward. While we open up the Miata to get inside of that and start doing the head gasket and stuff, well, I'm also gonna do the water pump gasket and a bunch of things like that. You know, kind of do preventative maintenance there. It doesn't blow up again. Alrighty, so now let's focus on the bigger boxes because I am definitely not putting those on top of the table again. So, alrighty, and that kind of felt really weird. I think that was the first ever time I've ever snapped transition myself. So, throw this guy right there. That's my address. Nice. Flip this guy around this way. Oh, but that's gonna be upside down. Hold up. Alrighty, and just like that, now we actually have this guy all blacked off. Now, I'm really intrigued to see what's inside of this guy. Open this up, open that guy up, this guy on up. Go, thank you. Whoa, I see brake pads. Alrighty, so we got some brake pads right here. Now, these are high performance race brake pads. I normally would run a street pad on the Miata because of the Hydra e-brake setup, but we're gonna be doing full standalone dual caliper setup, so we can run some awesome brakes all the way around the car, since the Hydra e-brake itself will have its own calipers. Oh God. Now I'm judging purely by the weight of this guy right here that this is gonna be brakes and rotors, but I'm not 100% sure, so. Alrighty, and yes sir, these are our brand new freaking rotors we're gonna be running, baby. Woo, those things are gorgeous. These are fresh drilled and slotted rotors. When I said we're gonna be upping the brake game, we're gonna be absolutely insane in the car. We're taking performance to a whole new level. Let's set this guy up like that. Nobody told me drilled and slotted rotors would be heavy. Now, I'm gonna assume that this is also rotors since there's two in there, but I would like to know. I dropped my blade. I should not be allowed sharp things. Ouch. I'm cutting towards myself. Someone needs to take me or my rights from sharp things. And yes, sir, just like that. What's inside of that bag? There's a bag inside of there. Yoink. And now we have one more. Alrighty, so this is the last package right here. Yes, I already put the blue tape there because I know all of you guys are gonna try to find my address. Because as this happens first, so slice this guy up. Why is there so many? Carparts.com, why is there so much tape on this, bro? There's even staples, dude. Who are you trying to keep out? Dude, I can't get through. There's only one reasonable thing I can. Alrighty, out of the way. Dude, I'm so freaking excited. These are my brand new jack stands. Now, the last jack stands that we've been using, that's kind of embarrassing. Were these guys right here, which are like 43-year-old jack stands and are really unsafe to be using. So I'm really happy to have a brand new set of jack stands. Oh, and these things are rated to like 6 tons, which I believe 1 ton, what is that? That's like 2,000 pounds. So 6 tons is 12,000 pounds. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting this wrong, and there's probably some embarrassing editing right now that's showing how bad I'm getting. Okay, you know, unboxing's over. Not only do these guys hold, actually, I think I can go one more. There you go. Not only do these guys hold an insane amount of weight, freaking huge, dude. That comes up like to my knee, dude. Like that's a long AF jack stand. That thing is huge, bro. That's what she said. Totally. And then you just lift up this arm right here to lower it, which is kind of difficult to do one-handed because this is gonna crash down and I'm gonna damage my paint again. So. Nice. Alrighty, so all of the brake stuff, well, that's going to be saved for a whole separate entire video where we do a 60-0 test. So for all the brake stuff, we're just going to push that over to there. Now, as for the gaskets, the wiring, and everything like that, we're going to be using all of this stuff and installing all of this in the next episode. Now, once again, I just want to give a huge shout out to carparts.com. It really is a smarter way to shop for your automotive needs. Whether that's hoods, bumpers, gaskets, fenders, motor parts, or anything else that you can literally imagine, they got you covered. With the right parts at the right price. And if you don't want to go to the school of YouTube and try to be a wannabe professional DIYer like myself, on checkout, you can scroll down a little bit, and carparts.com has an awesome feature where they can set you up and get you free quotes from professional installations and mechanics. So once again, huge shout out to carparts.com for hooking it up and making this series possible. But with that being said, this video is officially over. Now, if you want to hit that subscribe button down below, and if you want to hit the like button, that severely helps out me and this whole series happen, and for us to get more of these episodes out for you guys. Now, with that being said, my name is Zayden. Here's my social media. Peace out. Ooh, wow, son of a